Welcome to Melbourne!
Woo!
We're excited to be here, obviously. We've spent barely any time in Melbourne before, so we're excited to get out and explore. This is like the home of food and coffee, so I think it's going to be a good time. But we're spending a few days in the CBD. We're going to check out all of the main sites, lots of food. And then a bit more road
It's going to
trippy.
get beautiful because we're going to be spending the next couple of days after that cruising down the Great Ocean Road, which is known as one of the world's most scenic, beautiful, amazing road trips. So
Bam.
we're excited.
Welcome to Melbourne, everyone. On behalf of all of your crew, it's been a pleasure having you with us. Whether you're flying again today, tomorrow, or in the future, we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you, and a very good evening.
So this is the first time that we've actually seen our accommodation properly in the morning, in the light, because we came in quite late yesterday on a Jetstar flight. We decided to go for an apartment this time.
Yeah, it's so much easier to get an Airbnb in Melbourne because well, cheaper I should say, because the hotels are really expensive here and they're really small. So we just wanted a little bit more space, somewhere we can set up laptops and stuff.
We just like moved in.
We moved in
instantly, and this is the tidy version. But I love it when we picked up the keys because it was late and we looked at the thing. It's like 27th floor. All about that. I love a view like that. And this is a sweet spot as well. So this is some of the main walking streets down there, and then right the way down there, you can just see that kind of. Babe, help me with the colour. Gold.
Are you talking about Flinders Station?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a yellow. Nailed it.
Something you might not know about Melbourne if you're not from this side of the world. It's very easy that people think Australia is just always sunny and beautiful, but Melbourne is extreme, man. The weather can go from bloody 30 degrees one day to 6 degrees the next. That's Celsius.
It's freezing today, it's like 8 degrees or something. It's even snowing up in the Blue Mountains.
Yeah, so we're multi-layered, man. I've got so many layers on, but this is the good part of the day. It could potentially go downhill from here. We've only just now got to a bit of the streets that we've been walking with. There's not thousands of people. It's fascinating.
It's so busy here. It's weird being in a big city again.
It's so strange, but Melbourne already is just such an eclectic place, and I hope that's going to come across as we kind of explore and film more. Would you stand in line for a pastry? That's what we just did. It only took about 15 minutes, but we have heard stories that it can take over an hour on some days to come to this place called Lune, which apparently, according to New York Times, said that this place has the best croissants in the world.
So I actually found out about this place on MasterChef last season. They went to Lune, where they've got this big glass temperature controlled room where they make all of the croissants. It takes them 3 days to make the dough for one croissant, well, for the croissants. And it's run by a person called Kate Reed, and she used to actually be a Formula One aerodynamicist. I think that's how you say it.
I'm all about that Formula One connection, and Melbourne is obviously where they have the Australian Grand Prix, so...
That's why you're here.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. If it's good for her, it's good for me. Oh, it feels so layered.
Has it got anything in it? Oh! Frangipan?
There's about $45 worth of almonds on there too. So we got two. That was the almond one that we just opened, and then there's the plain one as well. We thought we'd start with the plain. $27 with 2 coffees, so it is a lot of money, but you can kind of understand why, and they're doing good business.
Here we go. Oh wow. Don't waste it.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. I was worried that they were going to be overhyped.
So flaky.
It's really like nice and sweet as well, like a bit buttery.
Yeah.
Well, like a lot buttery.
I'm not much of a pastry guy, to be honest. That was good, but that's not really my vibe. That's better than what we had in France, though, and that's supposed to be France's spot for it. This is the guy. This is the jam. So layered, so crunchy, a little bit more dry, but way sweeter. I have no idea what that stuff is, but it's delicious. The almonds is like way more textured. That is my jam. That's me.
best croissant of my entire life. I would line up for hours for one of those again.
Whoa,
Maybe we
okay.
need to come back. Anyway, we're in Hosier Lane.
This is like the hub of artwork and I want to say artwork. It is graffiti, but it's kind of art as
still
well.
art, yeah.
It's forever changing. So this is like the heart, the main street in Melbourne that is known for all of this, and you can just tell the amount of people here taking photos.
It's awesome to see a city that's like embraced the graffiti and the street art in a way that makes it feel like you're almost walking through like an exhibition or something.
Yeah.
It's quite cool.
Like keep it centralized in one place, although that's not the case because when you walk around Melbourne, it's kind of sporadic, but it is everywhere. I assume just go for it. Like be creative,
So
get
cool.
out there. See, look at that, man. That is art. You can't say that is graffiti, man. That's for Kobe. That's really special. How cool and smart of Culture Kings to get a spot right there in the heart of all of it. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's even up on the staircase up behind you there. So we've kind of gone in and around behind now.
I'm down here.
Yeah, that's the spot where I took the selfies. Yeah, this is I think I probably was by myself, so I came around the back and I was like, oh yeah, I'll sit. I don't even know if I had a tripod. I think I probably put the camera on a rubbish bin or something.
Nothing's safe, not even the rubbish bin.
No, absolutely everything. You wouldn't want to park your car here overnight or something, eh? You'd come back and be like, oh great.
You paint job this.
I love this stuff.
That's cool, huh?
I really, really like it. As you can tell from my my selfies. So just opposite old Graffiti Lane, we're making our way through to Federation Square, which is just known as Fed Square, basically, right?
Yeah, if you're a cool local, it's just Fed Square.
It's just Fed Square. I should have said that from the start.
It's apparently like the 6th best square in the world or something, and I don't know how you get that title.
Yeah. How do you win that? Does someone have to just come and hang out for the day and
Yeah.
just experience
But
it?
I like this square.
Not exactly pumping today, but that's probably what you get on a work day.
This is actually a really cool square. It's awesome, like the design is cool, the architecture's cool, there's all sorts of things in here. There's museums, art galleries, places to eat, drink.
I think this is where they do a lot of concerts and a lot of events. I've been here on a weekend before and there was a lot going on. There's like street performers and all sorts of stuff happening, like a real sort of hub.
I think they do like movies and stuff out here in the summer as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You can't come to Melbourne and not come and check out Flinders Station. There it is. It is literally,
The icon.
yeah, it is the hub of not just like transport for typical logistical situation, but in terms of being iconic, if you look at any image of Melbourne, if you image
You'll see
search
this.
Melbourne, you're gonna see Flinders.
There's also this funny story with it. Apparently during the design process there was like a bit of a mix-up, and the agency that was like responsible for it sent over some plans for a train station in India, which is apparently why it's got this kind of Indian vibe to it, which I've never noticed in the past, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
But imagine that happening.
They don't know if it actually happened and no one's really properly admitted to it.
Cool story though.
Either way. Just crossing the bridge over the Yarra River now. It's nice.
cold.
It's freezing, eh? I just want to say it's nice having a river that separates things because it creates more opportunities for restaurants and cafes and bars and
Looks like a cool
nightclubs
vibe
and
down
everything.
there.
Yeah, all along the waterfront. And then
Yeah.
at night time when the fire goes off, it looks really, really cool.
Did you say we might be able to see that from our
We might be able to see
Airbnb?
that from the Airbnb, yeah. So tomorrow we're going to spend a lot of time eating. Like it's all about food. So we decided right now, just on a whim, we're just going to jump in an Uber and head out to St Kilda. There is a free tram that we might jump on tomorrow as well, which takes you on a little bit more of like a scenic route in and around the downtown area.
Yeah.
There's like a block, a square that you can head around on. So that'll help us get to dumplings and a few other places that we've got lined up. But we're just going to wing it.
a 15-minute Uber, $16 I think, 16 Aussie. And now we're in St Kilda. We just went to have a look at Lune Park. It's just so random to think that there's this old school theme park there, eh?
It looks awesome. I wish it was open so we could just go have a little nosy.
It's just that I always think about that, just that creepy big face with the big old teeth.
It's weird to come somewhere and not really like be prepared for it. And
Stacey's struggling.
I said we should just Google what the best kind of places for lunch or the best cafe or something. Dane's like, oh, we could just not. I'm like, but how do I read the menu? So this is Acland Street, which we think is the main street of St Kilda, and it's kind of weird coming from the CBD where everyone's in their suits, like corporate, like going to work 9 to 5, and then you come here and it's beachy and hippie and way slower pace.
A lot more hipster, eh?
Real hipster. Completely different scene.
So this is what happens when you wing stuff. My bad.
I'm Googling places to eat.
St Kilda is not quite what I remember it being. I mean, that could be to do with COVID. It could just be the way that things have changed over the years, but there's not much happening here at all. That main street was pretty chill. And then if you go down by the water, the weather is so bad with the wind and it's supposed to start raining. So that kind of kills that vibe. We think we're gonna head, sorry mate, I'm just chatting right now, and try and find somewhere to eat. Go away. Oh, that one there. He's a shit talker. Oh, he's a bully too. Oh, there's all sorts of different spaces.
That's cool.
And down there as well.
So we've come to the Esplanade. It was one of the only things open, like it's 12 o'clock. So we're struggling to find somewhere to grab a drink, but we decided on this because we've got an awesome view of the beach. It is so nice and toasty warm. So I think we should probably order a beer, get some snacks.
Yes.
Yes, you're nodding.
This Hotel Esplanade was a good place to stumble into. It is absolutely massive. There's apparently multiple venues in here. There's a Cantonese restaurant, there's that bar downstairs that I kind of noticed. There's some kind of a studio or something where they do live recordings and concerts and comedy acts and all sorts. So, an incredible beer. One thing Australia does really well is I think I love the pale ales and the Pacific ales. Hoppy, but still a little bit bitter, but sort of that summery.
Yeah,
very,
summery.
very good. Yeah, summery is where it's at. Summery. We've got some food anyway. What do we get?
We got the classic fries with mayo because it's cold and we need fries. Then we got the hummus, and look at this. Look at this puffy pita bread. Is that not the best looking pita bread you've ever seen? It's almost like a little pizza. Happy.
Well, that worked out well. We got to see all of the main sites in the morning when it wasn't raining, and then by the time it kind of turned to crap, we had a fireplace and some drinks.
Yeah.
And some food. It worked out perfectly. So we're actually, we are catching up with some friends tonight, which a couple that we met while we were doing Sail Croatia. That was 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
4 years ago. We've kept in touch, so we're going to go catch up with them, which means we won't be bringing you along for that. But in the next video, which is tomorrow for us, that's where it's all foodie. And the weather's going to be crap again, isn't it?
Yeah, so how good is that planning? Inside, eating the food.
Yeah.
Yum! I'm excited already.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So we're going to be heading deep out into there and eating some food. Well, you can really see a lot, eh? You can see on people's balconies and everything.
You're spying on people.
No.
Yes, you are.
Anyway, we'll catch you next time.